The ocean. It is filled with awe and wonder that have captivated us for centuries. Estimated to contain 50 to 80% of the Earth's life, yet much is still unknown about it. Maybe you've looked out of the water and thought about the creatures that roam its depths, pondered their beautiful and sometimes alien ways. I would like to invite you on an adventure to discover the curious and sometimes dangerous animals out there, to learn about the amazing and the odd that we share our planet with. I would like to bring you On the Hook. Slowly, gracefully, peacefully moves Trichus manatus laterostris, the Florida manatee, inhabiting Florida's various waterways, bays, and estuaries. Preferring calm, warm waters with abundant plant life and access to fresh water, the Florida manatee has been found as far north as Rhode Island, as far west as Louisiana, and as far south as Mexico. The Florida manatee, living in these warm water areas, encounter a lot of threats that are man-made, namely collisions with watercraft, which leave unmistakable propeller scars across the manatee's back and sometimes killing the gentle creatures. Manatees live in warm waters because, unlike most marine mammals, they don't have an insulating layer of blubber, a kind of fat, to keep them warm when temperatures drop below 20 degrees Celsius, or 68 Fahrenheit. When the manatees feel the cold creeping in, they swim to Florida's various springs, which stay around 22 degrees Celsius year-round. The springs of Crystal River and Blue Springs support the largest manatee populations. The creatures huddle close together around the spring to stay warm and venture in the surrounding waters when it's warmer during the day to forage for vegetation, which a manatee consumes 3 to 10% of its body weight in vegetation every day. Recently, manatees have figured out that the water discharged from various power plants as a coolant system can make for a great artificial area to aggregate during the colder months. This presents some more man-made challenges, as sometimes manatees can become stuck in these power plants' water intakes and drown. That's because they can only hold their breath about 20 minutes. Additional threats manatees have to deal with include getting tangled up in fishing line, which can cut them or impede their ability to swim. A lot of people are curious about these large animals, and it's not uncommon to see people swimming or boating around manatees, or locals hosing them with fresh water while cleaning their boat. While most people don't mean any harm to manatees, these interactions can undermine the creature's natural behaviors, and that can bring harm not only to an adult manatee, but their calves as well. Manatees are pregnant around 12 to 14 months and typically give birth to a single calf, although twin births have been known to occur on rare occasions. The calf can typically be seen swimming close to its mother for protection, as well as nursing from underneath her flipper. Unbeknownst to many, manatees are very vocal animals and can often be heard chirping and squeaking back and forth to each other, much like this. The calf typically is weaned around 18 months old, and after that, the mother will wait for about 2.5 years before she has another calf. Manatees are known to be very tactile animals, and when with each other can be seen bumping, touching, and rolling together. This is what biologists refer to as cavorting behavior. It occurs between both males and females of seemingly any age, and in some cases it's thought to build up strong bonds between lone females and orphaned calves which has been used as a rehabilitation and release method for rescued young manatees that otherwise might not make it on their own. Fortunately, Florida manatees are protected everywhere they occur under the United States Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972 and the Florida Manatee Sanctuary Act of 1978. For a very long time, Florida's manatees were considered endangered. Not only the threats I've already mentioned, but illegal hunting, as well as red tide and cold stress, are considered their most potent natural threats. Despite their population once dipping below 3,000, it's currently estimated that there are over 6,000 Florida manatees alive thanks to conservation efforts across the state of Florida. But because of their previous endangerment, it's important to continue to vigilantly protect these slow and beautiful creatures. Because of this, the manatee's conservation status is best left described as vulnerable.